Yes, folks, this is true. This is no clickbait. This is no this is no clickbait or fake news. The Chicago Bears are a disaster right now. And why are they a disaster? I just thought about doing this video because I feel like it needs to be said. I know I could care less if zero people are watching because at the end of the day, it is my critical opinion that the Chicago Bears are a disaster. What's up, T5? But I have to say this. Well, it's hard being a Chicago Bears fan for a majority of my life, almost being 21 years. I have witnessed this team like lose and lose every single season. I have witnessed multiple quarterbacks. I've witnessed Rex Grossman, Kyle Orton, Jay Cutler. Um, who else? I witnessed Mike Glennon. I witnessed Brian Hoyer. I've witnessed with Trubisky and now Justin Fields, Andy Dalton, and Nick Foles. I have to tell you, Bears fans, something. You realize the quarterback was never the problem for the Bears, even with Trubisky. You are realizing now what would have happened if the Bears drafted Mahomes. Mahomes would have put up all these great performances, but the team around him is horrible. The only time we would have ever made the playoffs under Mahomes was probably 2018. And I felt like we could not even win the Super Bowl that year because we had a shitty kicker. 2020, maybe we do, but that Saints team backshotted the fuck out of at us on national television. Felt like we didn't even deserve to even make the playoffs that year. Like, it just frustrates me that you get to see teams like the Giants, like the Bengals finally, and the Colts for many years have success even with Andrew Luck. The Bears have never had success. Ever since the NFC title game, the Bears have had 9 straight seasons where they didn't make the playoffs. The first time 2018 was the first time the Bears made the playoffs since 2010. I was young when we lost to the Colts, but I'll always say this. No one can deny I am passionate about this team. And it just frustrates me not living up to their standards. I'm just going to be saying that, going to be saying this. I am seeing a lot of fans, two sided the fans, but one of them is not surprising. They're going to blame Justin Fields like they always do and want to draft his replacement. And then the other side is happy we lost, but Justin Fields looked good. We lost to the Detroit Lions, a team that walked into our hometown with basically no weapons outside of St. Brown and Jared Goff. Jared Goff is trash. I don't care what anyone says. Jared Goff is horrible. But somehow he still manages to beat the Bears. That is not an excuse to lose to the Lions, who traded their best player to a divisional rival and had a bunch of random nobodies that I never even heard of. I didn't even know who Brock White was. I didn't even know who those James Mitchell. I don't even know some random dude named Benson. I have never heard of these players before. Damn, Bears broke ya. Hey, it's a bet. I made a bet to Don Burr. I'm living up to it now. I crow. His team beat my team, but I'm just saying to Bears Nation, see this I'll say this much. Bears Nation should not be happy that we lost. We should be eating our crow. Justin Fields played good. And I'm not going to deny it. Justin Fields played good, but we didn't win the game at the end. I'm just saying, dude. It's not like we're getting blown. The last time we got blown out, the last time our team lost by many points was against the Cowboys and the Packers. All of our losses this far has only been by one possession. The first weeks until we traded Robert Quinn and Roquan Smith, the offense was the problem for the Bears. We were getting concerned that what if maybe Justin Fields was not the answer, because Justin Fields had the low. I believe Justin Fields had the lowest completion percentage this season. But then after the mini bye, he picked back up. Basically, he turned things around. I've said this before, and that's just when we traded Robert Quinn and Roquan Smith. I've said this. Our offense is going to put up points. You've seen it through the Patriots game, we scored 33. The Cowboys, we scored 29. The Dolphins, we scored 32. And against the Lions, we scored 30. The offense is doing their job, but the defense, they allow 14 points, but they're giving up 30 every game. They are embarrassing us. It's not like we were facing Hall of Fame talent on the Lions. We were facing random nobodies you probably never even heard of. And I see people on here blaming the referees, but I get it. The referees made bad calls. There were some calls that went the Lions' way, but at the end of the day, that doesn't excuse with how bad our defense has played. I bet you can't even name a single player on that pass rush, that front seven of the Bears. Don Burn and YTC going back. I'll give you your flowers for this. You said I said your Giants was going to be horrible this year. I was wrong, so I'm going to give Giants Nation some flowers, just for that. But he was right about one thing. Justin Fields is better than Mac Jones and Derek Carr and Baker Mayfield. And you were wrong about Fields and Mac. I was wrong about if you're talking about me during draft night, Fields proved me wrong, but I've been standing by Justin Fields ever since the season began. And I've been saying this all off season. Why couldn't we get at least an average wide receiver? Claypool was getting one thing, but it seems like time and time again, I'm tired of this organization talking about that we want to be more aggressive than just fucking do it. Actions speak louder than words. You have to watch all of your interview, the coaches' interviews, to know how I feel when I keep hearing that we're going to be more aggressive. You're not showing me that. You're just giving me the 2013 defense all over again. At least you can't tell me it did not feel like like the NFL wanted the Packers to win that game. And guess what? The Packers lost to the 49ers in Lambeau Field. We had the better offense that year. The problem was the defense can't stop a nosebleed. This defense is worse than the 2013 defense. And not to remind you, Justin Fields threw a pick six, and that didn't help at all, and you miss the extra point, a joke. The Justin Fields pick six, I'm not going to defend him for it. That was a horrible ball. Like someone has to say to Justin Fields, if there is not a open receiver and there is no open lane for you to run, throw the football away. You don't have to take the sack, just throw the ball away. But he responded to it and scored a touchdown for the Bears. As far as Kyle Santos goes, he's been an accurate kicker for the Bears for so long. Eventually, he would have to miss a field goal. Same thing with Justin Tucker. I'll say this, the referees didn't help at all, but 8 penalties. Like, what the? We can't use the referees as an excuse anymore. The way our defense is playing is unacceptable. Like, our defense is supposed to be the heart of this team. And you're like on that DeAndre Swift touchdown, you just sat there and didn't even try. Like, I'm tired of this coaching staff. That's why you people that are not Bears fans can never relate to me, because I'm tired of hearing false preaching by this coaching staff that they want to be aggressive. Then just fucking do it. Actions speak louder than words. Like, you can't tell me that you feel watching your team over the years has been worse than what my team has gone through. At this point, I won't be surprised if Justin Fields is unhappy with the Bears. If he is, then I'm worried that he's going to do the same thing Deshaun Watson did, demand a trade. That's what I worry about. And everyone's happy and taking this as a moral victory. The end result is a loss, folks. We didn't win against the Lions. We lost. And we lost pretty badly. Our offensive line cannot block to save their lives. Our defense cannot stop a nosebleed. The biggest problem of the Bears is the coaching staff and the defense so far. Because at the end of the day, folks, Justin Fields is playing good. You know, the Bears are currently leading the NFL in rushing attempts. But what is our record? 3 wins, 7 losses. At the time I'm recording this video, the Bears have won 3 games, 7 losses. And a lot of those losses, folks, came down to one possession, including the Giants, where we didn't score a fucking touchdown. That was a one possession game. But I am super fan number 1 of this team. No question. No doubt about it. But anyways, guys, I have to put the show on pause for a moment because I have to take a shit. So I'm going to put this on commercial break. All right, I'm back, folks. The wide receiving crew is still an issue with the Bears. Don't get it twisted. I am still questioning why did we not start Velus Jones Jr. or N'Keal Harry. St. Brown is horrible. Economy St. Brown is horrible. You don't have his brother. I understand if you want to keep him around for a depth spot, but he does not provide anything on the field. He doesn't. He cost us the game against the Dolphins. And I told you this last week. If the ball hits you in the hands, you are assumed to catch it. If you cannot catch a wide open pass, then you should not be playing on the field. That's my only thing. If it hits you in the hands, you are assumed to catch it. Same with Dante Pettis. Like, the wide receiving core is still a joke, even with Claypool, folks. It should just be Mooney, Claypool, N'Keal Harry, not N'Keal, Brian Pringle, N'Keal Harry, Velus Jones. That should be that for the rest of the season. And maybe St. Brown, because I would rather go with Dante Pettis in my opinion because he's been here longer. But yeah, facts. Fields has been balling, but at the end of the day, it just doesn't. It's the same shit Deshaun. It's the same shit Deshaun Watson did his last year on the Texans. He had 40, I believe he had 35 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions and had a 4-12 record. Like, what is what we're doing to our quarterback is we're making him unhappy here. And you can tell by the facial expression that he does not look happy here. And he's going to ask for either a trade or a release because we're not doing him any favors. Hopefully he ain't gonna get no massages like Watson. Hey man, I don't think Justin Fields is like that. Justin Fields is probably our best quarterback in franchise history at this point. Because at this point, the Bears are going to have a top 5 pick this year. I have no faith in us beating the Falcons. Shit, we play the Eagles and we play the Bills last couple, playing like we're playing right now. They're going to beat us by 50 points. I promise you. They're going to put up a lot of points against the Bears. Yeah, Allen may look overrated, but he's still a good quarterback. Jalen Hurts, as much as we criticize him, he's still got A.J. Brown and who else? Got him A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. Like, I would want to have those weapons. I'll tell you that much. I've been saying that for all offseason. Like, I like Braxton Jones. I appreciate the hard work he's doing. But we should have at least gotten a veteran left tackle than just, or you could have just kept Tevin Jenkins. At least he has more experience in this league than Braxton Jones. I don't give a fuck if he he locked down Robert Quinn. Not like Robert Quinn was having a good season anyway. Motherfucker had 1 sack and has disappeared ever since. Oh, we only started him because he looked good against Robert Quinn, who was our best pass rusher. The best pass rusher who got traded only had 1 sack this whole season. and yet he did good against him. I guarantee you, if you put Braxton Jones on Khalil Mack, that would be a wrap. I'm telling you, I promise you, Khalil Mack is beating Braxton Jones. But I'm going to say this. The offensive line is good in the run game, but it's very different in the passing game. That's why we're having Justin Fields move outside the pocket, because the last time we had him as a pocket quarterback, he got pressured 18 times, and that was against the Commanders. He was pressured 18 times when we tried to make him a pocket quarterback. And I have a feeling that's what we've been trying to do until the mini bye. Ryan Fitzpatrick said it perfectly. We don't have the good offensive line and good weapons. Why don't we just do the same thing the Ravens did with Lamar Jackson? At this point, I won't be surprised if Justin Fields has 1,000 yards rushing this season. That would be like the first time ever a Bears quarterback did that. That's how, like, y'all want to talk about, oh, you guys had the boat trip. Imagine having 10 different quarterbacks this past year. The Bears have had the most quarterbacks ever. Do you want to know who they're tied with? The Browns and the Cardinals. At least the Cardinals possibly found their franchise quarterback in Kyler Murray. Same with the Bears, but at the end of the day, the Cardinals gave Kyler Murray an extension, regardless if he's happy with the team or not. I am worried that Justin Fields is going to get frustrated to the point where he's going to demand a trade. It's the same shit as Deshaun Watson, maybe a little bit of Jameis, because Jameis Winston was horrible on the Buccaneers and he was good under Sean Payton before he retired. But shit, man, we are all we're gonna hear. All we're gonna hear this current offseason is if Justin Fields is gonna be happy here. And I get it. And I want to apologize to the viewers for last stream because I was pissed as a nutshell. And I lost my shit. Now you guys understand what it's like to be witnessing this for the past almost 21 years. Hey, he's like the Lamar Jackson of 2019. He already broke Lamar Jackson's record this year of more rushing yards. He even broke Lamar Jackson's record twice when it comes to most rushing yards. We're heading in the same direction as we did last year. We're not winning 6 games, folks. We might be lucky to even win 5 games. At this point, you're looking at 3 and possible 14 at this point. Because who do you think the Bears are going to beat this upcoming week? The Falcons? They can score points. They just can't hold the lead. But I have no faith in this defense to even stop them. And who do we have next after that? The Packers? Aaron Rodgers owns the fuck out of us. I don't even care if he's having a bad year. He beat the Cowboys, so he owns. Who else did we play? The Eagles? Yep, that's going to be a blowout loss. Same with the Bills. We might be lucky to even win against Detroit. And maybe we win against the Vikings if they've rest their starters. I got to tell you something, man. They got to clean house. They got to fix up the defensive coordinator. Because at the end of the day, folks, when you're called a defensive coordinator, you are assumed to fix this defense. I get it. They don't have the top tier players like Roquan, Mac, Quinn, Eddie Goldman, Blau Nichols. They don't have the talent, but they could have at least have a scheme to the player strengths. I'm tired of hearing false propaganda from this team when they don't provide. It's like I hate being lied to all my life that I've been lied to by so many people that I stopped caring after 2020 when I was done hearing Matt Nagy's bullshit about how he needs to be a better coach. You've been saying that since 2019. I don't believe you anymore. That's why I wanted him gone. And after we got backshotted by the Saints on national television, like, we're not the Browns. We're the Chicago Bears. We are a somewhat historical franchise. We are um we are basically not a franchise with no Super Bowls. We are representing you are representing a very good team, a good team's history. And this goes way back to the NFL championships where Sid Luckman was the Bears quarterback at the time. And getting constantly reminded that the Bears' best quarterback in Bears history was Cutler or Rex. I mean, not Rex. The Bears' best quarterback in Bears history was Jay Cutler or Sid Luckman. At the end of the day, folks, I love this team. No one can question my fanhood for the team. I've watched Mike Glennon take us to 5-11 and a Ricky Trubisky. I've seen Nick Foles only win 2 games for the Bears. When we benched Trubisky, that was stupid. I've seen our team only win 3 games with Jay Cutler, Brian Hoyer, and Matt Barkley. That's how bad the Bears quarterback history was. But I always represent the team and I want them to win every single week. I will never have loser mentality like most of these fans are. Oh, I'm happy we lost. You really think the football players are happy they lost? And Justin Fields said it perfectly. He doesn't care about breaking records. He wants to win. You really think any football player or even a sports player in general goes into every game and they lose and be like, "Oh, at least I had these amount of numbers." Like this is what gets quarterbacks uncomfortable here. Oh, I'm happy we've lost because Justin Fields had a good game. You really think Justin Fields is happy? I mean, no, I'm not going to deny Fields has been playing well, but you really think like any player in general loses a game and they have a mindset where, oh, I don't care that we lost. I care that I care that I had a very good game. I might have to get Fast Sports Talk on here to debate about that shit. Like, at the end of the day, I said this. I know his development matters, but you cannot sit there and tell me that the players are happy. Not the players. The Justin Fields is happy with his performance. I think he is, but at the end of the day, he's not. The team is not winning, and I heard a report that Justin Fields, after we lost to the Lions, was just sitting in the locker room, not moving, for 45 straight minutes, folks. Does that look like a guy that he's happy? No. That's a guy that's doing everything he can, but the team around him is horrible. Absolutely horrible. Trust me, I do not blame Justin Fields for being upset, and you shouldn't either. Again, I'm just tired of these Bears fans that want to say, "Oh, I'm we care about his development." Let me tell you something. Does every year matter about development, or does it matter that we win and win the fucking Super Bowl? Because I don't go because I if I'm a quarterback on any NFL team, my mindset is to win many games and also win the Super Bowl. I will never say that, oh, I'm happy Justin Fields is playing well. Well, like, yeah, at least he wants to win, but at the end of the day, it's these Bears fans that say, oh, his development matters. And they're right. His development matters, but why are we taking this as a moral victory? Like, I'm tired of hearing that from fans every single season. I want, like, the mindset is to win football games, not to have a good performance and lose. I've seen Andrew Luck have amazing season with the Colts, but he never won a Super Bowl. Cam Newton uh was good too, and guess what? He never won a Super Bowl since then. He went to a Super Bowl and he never made it back. And he was a talented quarterback. No one can deny it. But I'm gonna say, and this is Michael Vick, Dan Marino type of shit. They're good, but the team around them is absolutely horrible. Absolutely dog shit. But I guess according to Bears fans' minds, development matters. If we don't win a Super Bowl with Justin Fields, we are a pathetic franchise. If we're if you think that the Colts are a pathetic franchise for what they did to Andrew Luck, look at the Chicago Bears. They finally had their talented franchise quarterback that they had for a while, but they can't even win one Super Bowl out of him. Like, you have got like us fans have to realize that yeah, his development matters, but you cannot sit there and tell me that you want the Bears to you are going into every game not expecting the Bears to lose, but at least try to win the game or at least win the game for sure. But oh, the Bears were not going to win the Super Bowl anyway. You really think I don't know that? But that doesn't mean I'm not going to root for the team to win because I know the team is not going to win the Super Bowl. Every single, like, when is it at this point? When is it going to be more about wins and losses, Bears Nation? Because this year is about his development, technically, to you Bears fans. When is winning or losing matter? I'll wait. Because if Justin Fields is very good, how long can he put the team on his back before it cracks? Because you could not tell me any NFL team can have a good quarterback and they win the Super Bowl. The most name me one team out of this entire decade that has won the Super Bowl off of one person. Mahomes had Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce and Andy Reid. Tom Brady was on a good New England Patriots for a while. Eli Manning was good on the Giants. And shit, man. At this point, I love this team, and it just frustrates me. No one can deny I love this team. I still wear my Bears uniforms, even if we get blown the fuck out. Everyone wants to say, "Oh, you wasted money just to see your team get backshotted by Tom Brady." I actually had a very good fun time. I was playing catch with Darnell Mooney. I had the whole section chanting "Fire Matt Nagy." I actually had a blast there, and I sat there in my Justin Fields uniform watching that blowout performance. I love this team, and I will be there. I would love to have a debate to see if I'm not a real Bears fan. It's an amazing thing to be a fan of, but it's always bear down all day, every day. I still rep this team. Even if we don't make the playoffs, I'm not going to be like, oh, let's tank for a top 5 pick. Yeah, I think that would be good for the Bears to have a top 5 pick to get at least a top prospect in the draft class or trade down and get a king ransom. But hey, man, it is what it is. At least he wants to win. Yeah, he wants to win. But according to these fans, they just want Justin Fields to develop. Yeah, Justin Fields is looking extremely like Michael Vick. Jay Cutler didn't care if y'all won or lost. Yeah, that's what people don't understand with Jay Cutler. People are begging Jay Cutler to come back. Like, people are saying that Justin Fields is going to get hurt. If he can get up from, I don't know what injury he had in the Sugar Bowl, but if he could get up from that injury, he can get up from any type of hit that he takes. If Cutler took any of those types of hits that Justin Fields hit, he would have stayed on the ground, and here comes the backup quarterback. But people want to say that Jay Cutler was the better quarterback. Yeah, he did have a good yards, but those games with interceptions. We could have made the playoffs back in 2013, but Cutler went down with an injury because he's soft as fuck. He is a piece of shit. Jay Cutler as a human, he's badass in my opinion. But as a player, he sucked. He was washed up just like Aaron Rodgers right now. But it's always bear down to the end, no matter what. But I want to thank everybody for taking time out of their day to watch the video, to subscribe. Subscribe to the channel and leave a like. It means a lot to me, especially the Bears Nation, and especially to the Awkward Silence podcast with Jagonoff, Nick Fargo, and CPG. I'm happy with this team. No question about it. I'm proud to be a fan. But at the end of the day, it's bear down. So, anyways, thank you all for tuning in. As always, bear down.